up, everybody? Welcome back to the Garden State Film Festival 2025. My name is Ming Chen. We are streaming live at the Shared Heroes Podcast Lounge at the Berkeley Oceanfront Hotel in the beautiful city of Asbury Park. Films have taken over Asbury Park, Cranford, the state of New Jersey. Hey, look, everyone, I got a co-host, everybody.
Hey,
He's
I
back.
made it.
Who are you, my friend?
CJ Cullen, I made it. It's been rough, but I made it.
Where were you yesterday? We missed you.
I had a track meet, and I had school and a track meet.
Were you doing the decathlon?
It was a long one.
Are you training for the Olympics that I don't know about? Or are you
I
coach?
do track too, and I'm bad at it.
I'm just the coach, but
cool.
it went forever and ever. It wouldn't end, so
yeah,
it was real late, and then I was just dead tired.
We missed you at all the parties, everything, man. But listen, you're here. I have you here because I know you love talking to filmmakers.
I do.
You are a filmmaker. You teach filmmaking.
And I love the Garden State Film Festival.
And
we're doing this how long now?
This is our 5th year of streaming live. But and we have incredible, amazing filmmakers.
Yeah.
We have 2 of them to my left here. Can you please introduce yourselves? I'll start with you.
Hi, I'm Cameron Gray.
I'm Katie Clark Gray.
And we're here with the short film Everyone Loves Candy.
That's awesome. Can you tell us about Everyone Loves Candy?
Oh, yeah. It's a short film about a teenager named Dylan and the lengths that they'll go to get their crush to go to the school dance with them. I co-wrote, executive produced it, and was the lead actor.
And I co-wrote, co-produced, and art directed the film.
All right, you guys wore many hats then,
Yeah.
as you do in independent film,
And
right?
short film.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you can hire people to do individual jobs. You have to feed them, though.
You have to feed them. We fed a lot of people. Yeah.
It's usually the big budget is the feeding.
Yeah, the feeding. Yeah. Well, what inspired Everyone Loves Candy?
My parents and I are like, Katie's my mom, but we're
yeah.
Okay,
that's the connection.
I think that's important, right?
I needed context for this.
Yes.
But we're all like separately in the film industry, and we had been talking about making a project together for a really long time. But that started when I was like 7 or 8, and we never really got around to it. And so every time we tried, we just had to think up of a new story that fit my age, and the stars just kind of aligned on this one.
That's awesome. What was there one spark? It's like, oh wait, this is the time to do it. Like we should do it now.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we had, my husband, who's a director and producer, and directed Nicholas Gray, who directed this film as well, had worked on a project called Once Again for the very first time. Yeah. And they had found this incredible school location that they had shot a scene in, and he had a really good rapport with Xavier High School.
Yeah.
And so they had like a window, there had been some sort of connection, and we had this very slim but possible window to shoot in a school. So we were like, okay, well, we have a target window, it's June, we have a location, it's a school, go. And
that's where
Cameron
it started. It started from that location opening.
But also, sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, not at all. Go for it.
But also, the year before, I had been in a film that went to South by, but I physically looked very different then because I was several feet shorter when it was shot. My hair was several feet longer, and my name was different.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted like a project to sort of like represent myself how I am now.
No, yeah, the current you. And
Exactly.
So CJ is a school teacher. He teaches the local Middletown North. Shout out, film and video teacher.
Yeah, we had a thing on Thursday here.
Yeah. How hard is it to shoot in a school? I know getting permission is almost impossible,
especially these days with the red tape.
But I don't. Have you ever been approached maybe at Middletown North? I was like, hey,
they filmed Mean Girls at North.
Okay, and what was it? I mean, okay, they're a little bigger budget, so they just
here you go.
Which the most recent?
The recent one they filmed at Modern Day and Middletown North.
That's cool.
So.
I watched part of it on a plane ride, and then I fell asleep. But it looked very good. It looked very good.
But they do use Middletown recently a lot more, this area. For
but I think now it's almost impossible just with using a school data. If something is portrayed in a negative light, they don't want the school associated. So to have that window, you guys, I guess you said you guys have established a relationship with them, thankfully, and they gave you a very small window, but you have to take advantage of things like that.
Yeah, and they could not be more gracious or helpful or kind. Like, they are used as a location from time to time, and they're awesome.
We this is gonna be really short, but they weren't just helpful in terms of location, but they also they gave us a lot of background actors, and they also gave us one of our main cast members as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was very sweet.
That's right.
And I can't believe they did that like in the middle of final season. Like I remember like I was taking finals for 8th grade in the middle of this, and you can tell that because you can tell exactly when my eye bags go away. I'm not joking. Yeah. I'm dead ass.
Yeah, no, I remember. This is why I got out of school the moment I was like legally able to. I was like, all right, I don't want to do finals, or I don't want to take exams anymore.
I don't like those at all.
Yeah. How long did this take to shoot?
2.5 days.
Wow. Okay, you did it quick. So
yeah.
You weren't kidding about that small window.
Yeah,
that is quick.
Yeah, I mean that's, as you said, you have to pay and feed people and do all that stuff, and look, even when you're getting a deal from a location, you have to deal with you're paying for security guards and you're paying for staff and all that other stuff, and it's we begged and borrowed a lot of favors from a lot of people to sort of bring this to the finish line, as you do an independent film, and we really believe in respecting people's time, so we like to use it efficiently. So it was an extremely efficient shoot. It was something like 17 pages we shot in that time.
In 2.5 days. That's insane.
How did you come up with the concept? Is it true to life? Is it just...
It's not a true story.
Okay.
I don't know. It was all a fever dream.
Most of the great ideas are...
Well, you mostly came up with I do know that at some point we were talking, as Cameron was talking about wanting to do a project that represented how they look now and how they present now. It was also about showing a different side, because for whatever reason, they're very good at haunted horror type looks. Yeah. So there was a lot of material that they'd shot, like a lot of films that they've been in, where the subject matter was very heavy or scary or creepy or all of the above, and had not had as much opportunity to do comedy. And so we were looking for something where they got to do something a little bit like when you have a character that's kind of manically pressing forward towards something, and then everything is falling apart around them, and every sign says that they should stop, but that character just keeps on going.
Perseverance.
Yeah, one of our main references for the main character was just anything that Caitlin Olsen has been in.
That's right.
It's a good reference. What was your biggest challenge shooting this? You did it fairly quickly. Probably a low budget, but if you could pinpoint one, your biggest challenges that you had to overcome, what would it be?
Everything.
Or everything. Okay.
Well, go ahead.
No, we had it actually fairly easy, because we had basically an all volunteer crew.
Yeah.
Just every contact we had scoured ever.
We called in a lot of favors.
In basically every single favor, and
thank you to everybody who.
Yes, thank you to every cast and crew member. Yeah. That's we should. We wound up. There were several. I would say. Everybody except for the actors, you pay your actors and everything. But aside from that, it was a lot of trade happening. So we basically said, look, we all know how films like this get made, and we had rallied all of these people who said they want to help. So some people, it was their first shoot. Yeah. Some people, it was their 300th shoot. Yeah. But we said, look, our door is open. So if you need something down the road, please tell us.
Yeah. And I like the barter system.
Yeah, and the barter system has worked out.
I don't know if this is the hardest part of the entire shoot, but it was the most difficult seeming from my end. I remember, this is minutia, but during the editing process, when we filmed a scene, we didn't know how we were going to edit it quite, and when we came time to edit the scene, we realized that there was a jump in time that wasn't accounted for. Just 2 people were on one side of the room, then 2 people were on a different side of the room, and figuring out how to edit around that was difficult. So I got my dad to do it.
Yeah, but something you get clever. You gotta get a little clever, and yeah. So you said this is a family project, basically. Do you meet a lot of families that collaborate on on shorts and projects. It was very unique, is what I'm trying to get at. I don't meet a lot of, it's like, my dad directed, my mother, art directed, produced, co-wrote. I act in it. Usually with film, maybe it's one member of the family that does it, and everyone just kind of encourages them. But you guys are all involved. Have you met any other families that have collaborated on the same project? Because I think this is a cool story in and of itself.
Thank you.
I'm sure we have. I mean, we haven't met Ethan and Maya Hawke and Uma Thurman, but I know they do it.
Or the Howard family, I guess. Brian.
There's a lot, but they're a lot in Hollywood. They're not here in New Jersey right now.
Exactly.
I'm sure they exist.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. Did you shoot here in Jersey, or where was the high school? The school that you shot?
Xavier's in New York.
Yeah, it's in Union Square. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I did notice though, like we have so many. This takes place in a school, so most of our actors are, are teenagers, and all of them consummate professionals.
Right.
You asked me what a challenge was, and it was like, well, a challenge should have been that we only had a little bit of time for every scene, but each actor just nailed their stuff so incredibly that wasn't a challenge. But I did notice how much, when you have a teen actor, a child actor, the family is involved. We met so many parents, some of whom will be here today. They do so much to make sure that their child's career is flourishing. And that's not like a stage mom, stage dad kind of thing. It's just like, you have to get your kid to auditions. You have to.
I love over-managing my child.
So we have a lot of interface with parents who are working really hard to support their child's career. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
How about filming in the city? Was that difficult?
It was pretty easy just because I live in New York. But there were a lot of people, there was somebody who traveled all the way from upstate. There were a bunch of people who traveled from Jersey. So sure, that wasn't easy for them. But
yeah, several Jersey actors. Shout out our Jersey actors.
I remember on our way to the first day of shooting, maybe the second, the car broke down in the middle of the city, and we had to learn how to do an oil change or something, basically 15 minutes from call time.
Yeah,
it was that actually probably was the most challenging part. Was the car that we were borrowing from a dear friend had run out of coolant, and there was a leak, and we were just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I was like, I just got to get the set. I just want to start this day one. I just want to start this.
I'm jumping back to the thing about family just because I had one thought about that. I feel like I really liked personally working with my family because we all have experience, so it wasn't completely from scratch. But I feel like on every set there's a period of time where you have to learn how to communicate. Yeah. So you have to learn how to translate from English to director-ish, basically. Right. And because the shoot was so short, if that had been somebody that I wasn't familiar with, that would have taken the entire time. Right. And I feel like the fact that I already knew how to communicate both with my mom and with my dad made it a lot easier to be on the same page and to collaborate. That's cool. I love it. I just think it's such an interesting story for sure. When and where are you guys screening?
We are screening this evening in the 615 block at Asbury Lanes in the AL6 Theater.
Okay, that's a cool venue. Yeah. Cool venue.
Yes, it is. Oh
is this your first time at the Garden State Film Festival?
First time?
Yep.
Wow, all right, welcome,
is this
guys.
the first time screening this? Is this the first screening for the film, or is it screened?
It's our third screening of the film.
Yes, we went to the Greenpoint Film Festival so quickly. I think there were still a couple FX that we hadn't put in yet. It was so close after shooting. And then the Laughing Dog Comedy Festival in Houston.
That's awesome. How's the reception been?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I don't know. Really good. I don't know how much of that is people lying to me for my benefit.
No. I think filmmakers are pretty honest. They'll.
How hard is comedy? You were talking before about all my high school students. They do horror films. They do very dramatic. We are working on comedy right now, and they're trying it. I don't know if it's going to hit, but actually on Monday we are filming. We're doing SNL type skits with the green screen.
Amazing.
Just to see if they can do comedy, and the principal's coming in to watch them film the one scene green screen comedy
if you
set.
Make the principal laugh, you get an A.
They make cue cards and everything, so
so good.
We got the whole thing going on. So, but are they funny? They don't know yet.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
How is it working in comedy?
I had never done anything in comedy before, so it was all very new. I thought it was fun. I expected timing to be a lot more difficult than it was, but I do remember like there was one part where we had to do like what's it called, like not prop comedy, but like when somebody falls.
Like physical comedy?
Yes. There was one part where we had to do a tiny bit of physical comedy, and I kept missing my mark so badly.
That takes practice, though. Yeah. That takes practice.
Like, I fell from things that didn't hit me. It was a mess.
Right. That's why you do a couple takes. You just get it down. That's amazing. So, well, great luck. Thank you for telling us your story.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, welcome to the Garden State Film Festival.
Thank you.
This is pretty good. When did you guys get in?
Yesterday.
Okay, cool. So the party started for you guys.
They don't have to go too far. New York's
not
that far.
Yeah, for sure. But this festival, I think is different. You meet so many cool people here.
Yeah, we're down the shore in April.
Yeah, there's so many nice people here.
It's just very inspiring here with the being so close to the ocean, the cool people. And,
we've seen the dog beach. We have a dog here. Yeah. So yeah, it's been great.
That's amazing. Well, great luck. Screening. Do you say 6:15 at the Asbury Lanes? So
yep, that's right.
Good memory. I would not have remembered that.
Yes, it's coming up. So, but yes, and see why everyone loves candy. So, Garden State Film Festival starting. We're kicking everything off today. I mean, kicked off last night.
Well, they were watching movies already, but we're kicking it off
right now. As we're here in the podcast all
day long.
Yeah,
nonstop.
I love podcasting here. I love being here all day. But there was someone like, man, can we just skip out and go watch some films? And
we never get a chance to watch.
No, we got a commitment, but we get to. That's why we get to tell the filmmakers though, and get inspired by you guys. So, welcome. This will probably not be your first time back here with a project. I expect you guys to have multiple entries throughout the future. So,
are you thinking of making this into a feature?
Yeah.
There were some jokes about that at the end of the shoot, but I think like they mentioned before, like as fast as kids grow, by the time you get all the stuff together for a feature, we're gonna have to change the character again. So this may be its own little gem.
Yeah, so. the continued evolution. I love it. I love it. GSFF.org for tickets, schedules, and info, or just come down to the Berkeley. You can buy tickets at the box office, or you can just watch us here all day. We're just
watch
getting
us
started.
online or come.
But you're both amongst some of the first to kick things off today. So I appreciate you guys coming down here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Everyone loves candy. Check it out, everybody. Asbury Lanes tonight. We'll see you there. Thank you guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back very soon. Thank you.